Shalom, fam. I pray all is well. You've already prayed. I know. You've already spent time with the Most High already. I know you had to. It's too late in the day for you have not to have done so. Not unless you just not waking up. Read a scripture, read a chapter. Checked out Pastor Kofi. It was Q&A today. Mainly questions about Passover, but it was still Q&A. He would answer the question. It doesn't matter. Um. So I wanted to do this video. Actually, I didn't want to do this video. As you can see, my hair, I just shampooed my hair. I don't know, something's happening with me. I'm not really sure what's going on. Um, so if you've seen any of my videos, um, I've been losing it. Like I've just been freaking out. I've been going through it. It's just been, but today I just have like this calm, this peace. I don't know what is happening. Now, back in the day when I used to have this type of feeling, I was dreading something horrible to happen because I thought my life has been nothing but turmoil. So if something feels calm and peaceful, it didn't feel right. Crazy. It didn't feel right. And I was terrified like all day long. So I probably made things happen because of how I responded. It used to freak me out. Like, why is everything so peaceful? Why do I feel so calm? Like something's bad is gonna happen. I mean, it used to, yeah, it used to freak me out. It was terrible. But today, I don't do that. So I feel this peace and this calm. I still wonder what it is, but I enjoy it. You know. Um, so I really wasn't about to make a video. I heard make a video. So I just shampooed my hair, and so I'm getting ready to put a little oil to my scalp. And I don't know what. It's so weird. I used to do hair back in the day, and I used to dream of hairstyles. I'm not even kidding. I used to keep a pen and paper beside my bed when I was younger because I would dream of hairstyles, and so I could draw a little bit. So when I wake up, I would draw it so that the next time I had the opportunity, I wanted to do that style on somebody. Sometimes I would do it on myself, but for the most part, it was funny. When I did your hair for the first time, I know how your head is shaped. I know what it feel like. I know your dents and all the things like that. So I know what will look best with you. Sometimes people want a hairstyle and it don't really look great with them. But if that's what they want, that's what they get. But I wasn't that type of stylist. Um, I want you to be pleased with what I did. I want to make sure you're happy. I want to give you what you want, but let's see if it'll work. Because everything, just because you like it, doesn't mean it's for you. So normally, when I have a dream about a hairstyle, the person that I'm supposed to do it on is who I would see. Yeah. So once I did your hair I'm not going to say the first time, maybe the first couple of times. I get familiar with your head and what your head shapes look like and how, you have a slope up the back or if it's, got a bump on the back. I would know how to give you a style so that when, I show those things. Like me, I got a forehead forever, right? And I hated it growing up. Now I don't care. But back then I hated it. And then people do your hair and I'll never forget this one style. It gave me a bang. But ma'am, ma'am, are you trying to be funny? And everybody I'm around talking about, oh, that's so cute. Where, where? And then when I got to school, children are so cruel. Oh my gosh, them boys used to tear me up. But anyway, but now I said all that to say this. Today I can't even think of nothing to do to my hair anymore, like at all. It's like And I always say, I'm going to get some hair and I'm going to do my hair. But then I would do my hair and it's like, I don't want to do my hair. I just don't want to do hair anymore. And all those years, I wanted to have my own salon. Yeah. But yeah, that was back in the day. So, yeah, I wasn't really intended on making a video, but I was told to make one. So here I am, being obedient. Um, so, like I was going to say earlier, if you've seen any of my videos, how I have been freaking out and going through some things, just because the Most High is working on me with certain things, the living situation, um, it's still not what I want. And it has nothing to do with the people that live here. It's just me personally. I like living alone. I just enjoy it. And I'm not going to say that if the Most High has a husband for me, that I wouldn't want that too. But I would still like to have our home where we, have our own space. Um, so things have been interesting, I'll say. I've been having fits over here, like just losing it. And so I believe maybe a few videos ago, I mentioned um, how I was seeing and understanding why I was responding, how I was responding. And most of the things stem from my childhood. So sometimes, that's what it is to a degree, but you just don't know what it is exactly that triggers you sometimes. So I realized what was triggering me. And man, oh man, once I realized what was triggering me, now I know what to pray about and what to ask for help with, you know. Um, so I had an opportunity to be here by myself, at least I thought. And then he came back because he went out of town for his son's birthday, I believe. And I was just like, Abba, I said I wanted to be by myself, you know, but everything happens for a reason. Now, I mentioned in another video that he'd been speaking more. I didn't understand it, but it was fine. I was realizing hearing his voice and seeing him, hearing him walk didn't affect me anymore. That might not make any sense, but if you've seen any of my videos, it will make sense. Um, yeah, so I just noticed this the other day. So he started knocking on my door, bringing me food. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Um, you can open it. Okay. All right. Perfect example. That. And if you see any of my videos, I was on a warpath, ready to end it, all over the place. Perfect example. He wants me to let my daughter know what I want to eat because he's going to get it. He's been just doing that. And so today, I told you things have been happening. If you've seen any other video, you've seen me talk about that daggone porch that they've been letting this Blue use the porch as his bathroom. It was a mess out there. I couldn't take no more. I couldn't stand looking at it no more. So I went out there to clean it. And then I said something's been going on. And then I see him. I'm going to the bathroom to get some gloves and things. And he's speaking to me as he normally does here lately. And I said, this was not scripted, was not intentional, no, none of that. I said, I've been meaning to tell you. And you could see the look on his face. Like I was about to get into his ass. And all I said was, I appreciate you taking care of me. Thank you so very much. And then you could just, you know, and I meant it. Like I really did. I appreciate it. Like you didn't have to. He would come in. We don't know where his money coming from, and we already know all of that. But the thought of it all, I appreciate it, and I said that, and I meant that. And you could, like I said, you could just see what he looks like, and I just see when you put it in, when you pray about it, like seriously, you pray about something, you leave it there. You don't think about it. You don't trip over it. You just leave it there because I know I'm doing all that the Most High asks of me. So I know if I put my prayers and my requests in, I'm expecting something to happen. It happens, and I wasn't expecting it because I mean, I literally just forgot about it, and I just noticed how he does not bother me anymore. Like the situation bothers me because this is all crazy for me. Um, but like I said, I was hell on wheels back in the day. I was something else. I really was. And but I wasn't that person. You know what I'm saying? I was going through some stuff and I didn't know how to deal. I didn't know how to handle it. And I was reacting and I was responding. I was acting out, as they would say. But when you give it to the Most High and you really give it to Him, you pray about it and you're serious about this is something you want. I didn't like how I was feeling. I felt like somebody was gonna end up getting clink clink, and I felt like it was gonna be me. I felt like it, like I felt like it was gonna be me. So yeah, it's so funny. As I'm making this video, this is what he does because it's like what, like okay, and before I'd have been like but I'm supposed to be a light, and so if I'm gonna be the light, I have to be a light and I have to shine. And with me shining, I'm not saying what he's doing is right. His whole his whole demeanor towards me has completely changed, and it shocked me initially. Really, it did because I realized it was me. He didn't care what I was going through. It was me going through it. I was the one triggered. He wasn't triggered. He was just responding how he responds, and I was triggered because of past trauma. So yeah. I'm assuming this is what the video is about because this is what came to mind when I started this video. Um, and all praises. See, he had me do the video just like that because he knew he was gonna knock on my door. He wanted to show y'all. See, I'm not kidding about what I'm talking about. I'm so serious. Jehovah Elohim, King of Kings. All praises. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because like I said, it wasn't affecting them. It was affecting me. It was messing with me. And I saw blood, like I was ready to do something stupid. Like for real, I was. But he allowed me to see what it was. Um, so like I said, this is all a healing journey. All of this, the videos, the books, all of this, even the curriculum that I have for children, K through 12. I have K through 12. The Most High helped me do that, and it's really good. Like it really is good. I'm waiting so I can get my own website so I can have my books and the curriculum on there and whatever else that he brings my way to have on the website. That's what I want, my own website. I don't want to have KDP doing my books or none of that. So they can take a percentage of any of it. This is me and the Most High. This is me and Jehovah's work. And so we need our own website. So it's coming whenever I can, things go the way that they're supposed to. I'm waiting. I'm being patient. Because I'm quite sure there's people that'll be like, she should have a job. She should be working. And I say to them, but I am. Like, I really am working. Even though it's not what you consider work. It's what I'm called to do. And I am working. And he's going to show not just me, everyone. Like, this is what I gave her. And this is what I want her to do. I have the same for you, but not, I mean, not the exact same calling, but I have something for you. And you could get it. Just follow me. Allow me to guide you and show you. And I get it. There's people that, and I was one of them. I wanted, to get my degree in education. And I had a dream. And it was so crazy because the dream was like, I was going to school, right, and got all the way through. And they told me in the end that I could not graduate because I wouldn't teach what they're telling me to teach. I have always been a teacher that I'm not going to lie to my students. I'm just not going to do that. So if they ask me, or if it's a topic, because they have a curriculum that they want you to do. Every school I went to, they have they already have a curriculum. And I would tell them, look, I don't believe in this because this, and this. We can all look it up together. This is a lie, and I don't do this in my class. And they was telling me, a lot of the employers was saying, but that's being insubordinate because this is what we do. I said, well, I can move on, you know. Um, and I would have parents come to me because, they like to gossip. I don't mind. I stand on what I believe in, and that's what it is. And then the parents would get on them like, well, okay, she don't believe in Christmas and stuff like that. That's fine. We don't have to. We need Miss Carla, okay? Because Miss Carla is a great teacher. This is not my words. These are the parents that I worked with. This is what they said. Um, I'm like, I don't mind, because I had already had in my mind that I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to have my own school. Um, and then when he gave me the curriculum, I'm like, I think that's what he wants me to do, get my own school. It's not teaching what I say teach. It's teaching. It's called the business is called teaching our children Yah's way. With not the business, with the curriculum. It's called teaching our children Yah's way, not my way, not your way. It's his way with a little extra stuff. And we still do it the way it's supposed to be done. Um, Everybody makes it seem like you have to go to school, um, their schools, to succeed. How? I mean, let's be clear. I was a teacher and I saw a lot of the stuff that was being taught, and I'm not teaching them that. Or I would say it like this. We can talk about Christopher Columbus, but I'm not going to say he discovered anything. I'm going to be honest with them, and we're going to do some research, and I let my children do it. I mean, and that was how I would get them, because you wanted to say that I won't do it. I'm like, no, I'll do it. I'm not going to lie to them, is what I say. I'm not going to lie to them. So we would do some research, and my children would say, I had one. It tickled me so much. And it was so great because it was at one of the moments where I was recording what we were learning. And one of my students said, well, I thought he discovered America. Don't that mean that he went there and nobody, no, he said, don't that mean that when he went there, he was all by himself? I said, yes, that's what that means. But, I let them do it. I don't. And all of the parents would agree. They were agreeing with me. They was like, "How are you getting mad at Miss Carla? She's just doing research." And so what they said to me was, "We want you to do it this way." I'm not going to do it that way. Now that's what I'm not going to do. So now, if you want to call me insubordinate, then that's what I'll stick to that, because I'm not going to do that. You want me to teach? I will teach to the best of my ability. But I'm not going to lie. I keep telling y'all, I'm not going to lie to them. So if you want me to teach about Christopher Columbus, I'm going to teach it. And I'm going to tell them the truth. So it was time that I moved on, like for real. Um, but I just didn't know how it was going to go. And so, yeah, it's moving really slow. I'm really excited. I have 79 subscribers. I think that is awesome for me. Um, And really, for real, it only takes one person for it to get to the right person. You know what I'm saying? For the right person to see it, or whatever happens, this videos happens. Even if that's what it's supposed to be. I don't even know. Because for real, it's not about that. I want people to come on this journey with me so I can show you. It's not an easy journey. Oh my gosh, it's not. It's a lot of things that's going to go on, as if it would if you weren't following the Most High. It's the way life is made, right? It's the way it's put together. Things are going to happen, right? But when you have that buffer, that's what I always call him, like I got my brakes fixed. He helps me. He shows me, with the laws and commandments alone, how we can navigate through what's going on out here in this world, you know. We're not following your laws if they coincide with the Most High's laws in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That's just what it is. And there's no disrespect. But you believe what you believe, and you live the way you live. And I believe what I believe, and I'm going to live the way I live. I'm not hurting you in any way. So then when I got the curriculum, I just, I knew. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this on my own, my way. Well, not my way, excuse me. I'm supposed to be following a different drum here, or following a different drum, following a different beat. How about that? Because the curriculum came out of nowhere. Like when I got the idea of putting curriculum together is when my grandson started staying with me, and he failed a year, and so my daughter wanted him to do that year over, and so I'm at home now, so I'll do K-12 with him. And K-12 was homeschool, but it's still regular school. They still keep telling their lies, because I'm telling you, every time they come up with that Christopher Columbus boy and we're supposed to do all the things, I am who I am. And I will say to the teacher, look, I'm not going to tell my grandson that lie. Yeah, I know. And she would say, and this was the part that used to irk me. She was like, yeah, you're right. That isn't true. Right. And I'm not going to tell them that. I'm going to tell them what y'all say. They believe that he discovered America. They don't believe that either. For real. Let's be honest with that. They don't believe that either. They know. Now, maybe they just going about what they heard. But for real, people know he didn't discover anything. They know that. We all know that. Yet he has a birthday. We celebrate it. And it's a national holiday, if I'm not mistaken. Christopher Columbus' Day. I don't even say I believe it is. All lies. And there's so many other things. Um, so, yeah, I couldn't get with K-12 either. And and then that's when the idea came to me. I could come up with curriculum. Like, I could do this. First, he already knows what he wants you to do, right? This is how it's happened for me. He knows what he wants. He knew what he wanted me to do. But because he knows how stubborn I am, right? He's like, I need for her to believe that this is what she should do. Because I'm one of those that always felt like I gotta do something. I gotta do something. It's me, 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 me. Ain't nobody out here doing nothing for me. It's gotta be me. Cause who else is there, right? So with my grandson coming, staying with me, and he's doing the K-12, he was just so confused because then we would come up with the right answer, right? We would literally, because I was his coach, of course, we do the work. It's like the answer's not there. I'm sitting up here going, hold on, I know doggone well I know what I'm doing. So then I'm end up getting a calculator or looking something up and like, I am right. We are right. And I'm like, tell my grandson, we right. They wrong. Get in touch with a teacher and she be like, huh, you sure right. So am I the only one noticing this? Because like this has happened more than once. It happened so much during the whole time that we did the curriculum. It was ridiculous. Then I started getting that idea like, shh, I could do curriculum in my sleep, especially for my own grade. And then working with his, oh please. Next thing I know, I had curriculum. But I initially stopped at third grade. Um, and then I had the dream with doing K through 12. Oh, so I have K through 12 curriculum for my students, for homeschooling students, because there are a lot of parents that just don't know what to do. And I always tell them, but you know what? You know these children, right? You know your babies. So you know what they can do. Now, if you're one of those parents that's going to baby your baby, maybe you shouldn't homeschool because students need to be pushed just a little bit. Just a little nudge to show them because you know what they can do. You see this. So you just need to get them to see that they know it too. So, yeah. Excuse me. So yeah. So like I say, my videos, my curriculum, my books, it's all about how I'm healing and what worked for me. And if any of this can help anybody, like, because this is how I used to think of it, looking at people and how they lived. Because back then it was, they are Christian, they are real Christian, they live a Christian lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. And then I would live with people where maybe they're a pastor. Um, and then you see how they live at home, and then it's like, that is not what he preached about on Sunday. It's like, okay. So then I realized early on that a lot of these preachers, it's it's like they're on set, quiet on the set, and they acting. So I kind of early on realized that, but then there are those that you see that you don't live with them. You haven't lived with them before, but you could just see how they live and how they walk, and you can kind of see the aura around them, and you can just imagine how they live. Like, and it's got to be hard. I don't want people to believe that because I believe in the Most High Yah, Yahweh Elohim, that I don't have any problems. Are you kidding me? What? For those that believe, they have the darndest things happen to them. Ooh wee. And that's just the enemy trying to see how strong are you in your faith for real. You feel like I am drowning. I'm about to take my last breath, but I'm saying Yahweh Elohim. He's going to bring me through. And I know that. Yeah, I don't do these videos. Like I said, if I made money off of them, awesome. But if I don't, okay, that is not why I'm doing them. That's not why I'm supposed to do the videos. I'm supposed to show people that living Being a follower of the way is not easy. It's not easy at all, but it's doable. You can do it. And I know people be thinking, "Oh, you living like you better than anybody." It's not even about that. It's not even about being better than anybody else. Even though if my father is a king and your father isn't, I kind of am because I am his child and I live the way he tells me to live. I mean, don't that make sense? But if you follow a different father, and I've seen it just in my own eyesight with the way that I live life. My father was an atheist. He hated, and I mean, and this he would say this constantly, and the stuff that used to come out that man's mouth used to. Phew, I used to be waiting for the thunder, or I mean, excuse me, the lightning to hit the house, and I'd be over there praying like, oh, I would say God, because I say God back then. God, please, he don't know what he's talking about. Please don't take him out of here, please, because he would be saying some wild stuff out of his mouth. But he had so much money because see, back then that's what people thought. Them rich ones, yeah, God, they're blessed. And people used to say that to him all the time. You are blessed, and he'd smile and say, "Yeah, I'm blessed." And then as soon as he would be alone, well, it'd always be me and him. He talked about how blessed he was. Oh man, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe that he lived as long as he did because I couldn't believe the stuff that man used to say. And he still, and again, back then, I equated it with money. I'm like, he still got so much money. He could just do whatever he want. He would use that money to make people jump through hoops. He want to see kind of tricks he can get you to do for it. How bad you want it. Oh, man. So I said all of that to say he wants us all to get it like he really does. He does not want any of us to have eternal death, right? Eternal mean eternal death. And y'all should look in the Bible and see what that would look like. 'Cause it's not like you're gonna die, like you ain't gonna be here no more or be alive. No, 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 no. There's an eternal life after all of this. And people keep saying, "How do you know?" Okay, you know what? Let's just say I'm wrong. There is not eternal life. So still, shouldn't you want to live a great life while you're here? You know, who are you hurting if you do? But just in case, I'm going to do it His way, so that if I have eternal life, I want to live it abundantly. I want to be in paradise. I want that. I like life. What about you? I love being alive. Someone try to come at you right now and try to end your life, you're going to do everything you can in your power to make sure that it's not you that go. I know that I would. So, yeah. So I plan on doing any and all I'm asked. Even if people looking at it is like, that don't even make no sense. She complaining. She needs to just move. I'm not supposed to yet. Like I'm being led. I can't just do what I want to do. Like that's literally how I live my life today. So, with that being said, oh wow, 30, almost 35 minutes. Oh well, take what you need, leave the rest for somebody else. Shalom.